Welcome back to the NFL Weekly. It's a new week, so you know what that means? New power rankings. Number 32nd, we have the Titans. Um, yeah, you know, Jets won, so they gotta move up, and the Titans have been kind of, slacking a little bit. So that's why we got the Jets now at 31st. Yeah, they won against the Bengals. Kind of a little upset there, The Bengals should have just put it away. Saints at 30th. It's Saints. After Saints, we got the Dolphins. Um, yeah, I moved them down this week. 'Cause last week I didn't realize I had them so high until I started recording. And then we got the Raiders. Um, last in the AFC West. I don't know, just Raiders. Then we got the Browns. Maybe they'll get another win this year. Maybe they'll get a couple more. Who knows? Season's pretty much coin flip. Then we got the Cardinals. Yeah, it's the Cardinals. Um, I didn't watch a lot of the games this week, so that's why there's nothing that I'm saying about this. But yeah, we got the Cardinals and we got the Bengals. I did watch that game. They should have won. Then after the Bengals, we got the Giants. I think they're actually not a bad team, but now with um Cam Scatterboo being injured, I think they're gonna fall a little bit more. Panthers, also not a bad team. It's just I don't know. I think they're kind of underlooked, I want to say. Then we got the Vikings. Really fell off again. Another quarterback injury. They always manage to hurt their quarterback. Falcons at 21. And this wraps up the bottom third of the power rankings. Now, starting off the middle part of the power rankings, we have the Commanders. Um, you know, their quarterback got injured. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, quarterback injuries hurt a team quite a bit, especially when they're good. Steelers at 19. Um, looked like it could beat the Packers. And then second half came around, and yeah. And after that, we got the Texans at 18. Texans beating the 49ers, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch a lot of football this week. I tried to, but Cowboys number 17 getting kind of just slaughtered by the glue factory. If that may no wait, they're Cowboys, not horses. Don't ask me who I was thinking there, but then we got the Bears at number 16. Um, Bears I thought were gonna blow again. They managed to blow a lot. At 15 we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're a good team. Um, they just need to carry through a couple more wins, I think. 14 we got the Ravens, a decent team. Then we got the 49ers. They're looking good after a couple seasons of yeah. And then Chargers really thought this season because right now we're pretty much at the halfway point of the year before playoffs and that. At the beginning of the season, everyone, or I don't know if everyone, but I think a majority of people thought that they were going to be like AFC number one. But that clearly changes as they're number 12 on the power rankings. And we still have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos left to reveal on these power rankings. So number 11 we got the Bucks. Fairly good team. They're also wrapping up the second, third. So now we go to the top 10, the power 10 teams. Number 10 we got the Rams. Um, a pretty good team. Another LA team. And then we got the Seahawks. No, I think they're a decent team. Like in between I don't want to say top five, but top five max and 13 minimum. They're in there. It's not a bad team. fairly like decent team in that. Now after that we have the Patriots. I believe they're AFC East number one still. You know, they beat or they won this weekend. So yeah. Then after the Patriots we got Green Bay. Um a little bias there, but I mean you suffer against Steelers, suffer or not suffer, but struggle against Steelers at the beginning there. Struggle against the who was I gonna say now? Oh, I can't think. But you lost to the Browns. Like losing to the Browns and they're all the way down at 27. A number 7 team lost to the 27th team. You know, like theoretically, I could have ranked them higher, but for reasons of them just not performing as good as I think they could, I got to put them at 7. They could go up next week. I would like to move up next week if they can perform. Number 6, we got Denver Broncos beating Cowboys. Watching ESPN, all of them except one guy picked Cowboys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you'd pick the Cowboys against Denver. I think it's because people don't see the potential in Denver. Denver is a really good team. If you look and watch, Bo Nix has potential. That whole team has potential. Now, with Pat Surtain II being injured, we'll see how they hold up next week against the Texans. Now, I think they should come up or should come out with the win, but I don't know. Only time will tell. Number 5, we got the Bills. They won this week, surprisingly. Going up against KC next. It is at not Arrowhead, but the Bills Stadium. I want to say it's Kauffman, but I might be completely wrong there. So yeah. Number 4, we have the Eagles. Who do they play? I believe they play the Giants. So therefore, and they won. I think it was close. Maybe not. I can't remember. Sunday was a long time ago. It's only Wednesday, guys. Um, so yeah, moving up to number 3. I moved the Chiefs up higher. I didn't want to put them at number 1 because, you know, they're not AFC number 1. They got all their players back pretty much. You know, they could move up to number 2, but I'm not going to put them at number 1 unless the Colts start losing more. You know, because the Colts are number 1, or, well, they're number 1 now, but they've only have one loss. So a team with one loss, I think, deserves to be ranked higher than a team with like what? What do the Chiefs have? 3 losses. Um, then after the Chiefs, number 2, we have the Lions. Um, I think the Lions are looking pretty good for the Lions in NFC. They could look a little bit better, but no. At number 1, like I said, we have the Colts. The only reason why I'm saying this is because they're still one loss team. And the only one loss team in the whole AFC and NFC. And before people go saying that the Packers are also one loss, they also have one tie. So theoretically, the Colts are the only team with one loss. Now, moving on to the games of the week. Thursday, we got Ravens at Dolphins, 7:15, Amazon Prime. Ravens are down 7.5. Are favored by 7.5. I got the Ravens winning that one. So I'm picking all these games by the spread also. Sunday, noon. Starting off the noon games, we got 8 noon games. Denver at Texans at Houston. Houston favored to win by 1.5. I got Denver winning that one, just because I think everyone's just not thinking of the Broncos that much. Colts at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Colts are favored to win by 3. I think the Colts are going to do that. You know, they're looking pretty good. 49ers at New York Giants. I got the Niners winning that one just because like Scadaboon that's injured. Niners are favored by 2.5. Then Falcons at the New England Patriots. Patriots expected to win by 5.5. Not that the Falcons are like a terrible team, but I think the Patriots are just going to come out with that win. Chargers at Titans. Chargers favored by 10. Um, Little high for me, but I personally think the Chargers will do it. I don't think the Titans are going to play that well. Even though it's at Tennessee, I I just think Chargers are going to come out on top. They haven't been looking the best recently. Well, yeah, and like I said, I haven't watched last week's games that much, but the week before, week 7, they didn't look the best, but they also didn't look the worst. Going on past that to the Panthers at Packers. I got the Panthers winning that one just because Packers are favored by 12.5. The Packers easily could win by 12.5, but until like they really prove that they can, that's why I picked the Panthers. Vikings at the Detroit Lions. NFC matchup game here for NFC North. Um, I have the Lions winning that one and the Lions are favored by 8.5. Um, you know, Lions pretty good team right now. If they played the Packers right now, that would be a really good game. That'd really shake up NFC North. Well, I mean they have to play each other twice, so we'll see. Um, I have the Lions win that one if I can say that already. Bears at Bengals of Cincinnati. Bears are favored by 2.5. I picked the Bears. They shouldn't blow it. The only way that you can really blow it is winning by 2 or getting a um, tie or losing. And that was rounding off the noon games. Going on to 3:05 games. Got two of them. We got Saints at Rams. Rams are projected 13.5. I don't know why I picked the Saints, but I just have confidence in the Saints. Gonna beat the Rams there by 13.5. Then we got the Jags at Las Vegas. Jags are projected to win by 3, are favored to win by 3. I got the Jags winning that one just because they're a pretty good team. Well, not like really, but like they're like a top 15 team. So therefore, I think, you know, they're going to beat the Raiders, by 3. It is at Las Vegas, but I don't care. Then we got Kansas City at Buffalo. Kansas City favored to win by 1.5. This is going to be really interesting. Um, I got Bills winning that one though. That game is at 3:25. Then Sunday Night Football at 7:20. Seahawks at the Commanders. I got the Seahawks winning that one. Seahawks favored by 3.5. The reason why I have the Seahawks win that is because of Seahawks are just I mean the Commanders are without a quarterback. They look good, but I mean I think the Seahawks are going to win that one, especially the 3.5. Cardinals at Dallas Cowboys. 7:15 Monday night. I got the Cowboys winning that because, why not? America's team, they say. So, and the Cardinals aren't, performing the best at all times. So I really think, yeah. Going on my 3-leg parlay of the week, I got the Seahawks winning by 3.5. Again, the Seahawks play the Commanders at 7:20 Sunday night. Then I got the Jaguars. Jaguars, they are playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Jaguars are favored to win by 3. Once again, that game's at 3:05 on Sunday. Then we got the Colts, Indianapolis, favored to win by 3. That game's at noon at Pittsburgh. Colts really looking to go. What is it now? 8-1, I think, because I don't think they've had a bye yet, unless it's 7-1. No, I think it's 8-1. But the number one game pick of the week has got to be Vikings are not like game, but number one pick is the the Lions for 8.5, beating the Minnesota Vikings. It's at Denver, or not Denver, but Detroit. It's going to be on noon on Sunday. And then the Sunday big game of the week, the game that I think is going to be the best to watch, best bang for your buck, is going to be the Kansas City at Buffalo game. 325. Kansas City's favored to win by 1.5. We're going to see what happens there. Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, matchup we've all seen before, pretty much every year, like twice, 3 times, not well, you can't really have three, but twice minimum, between regular season and playoffs. And it's crazy to think that we're already at the halfway point. So playoff contention really gonna be getting hard here. Teams are gonna be fighting for the last playoffs and spots in that. Broncos, I know, for one, are really are hoping that the Colts lose. We really want to, well, we want to keep winning, so that way the Chiefs don't get the number 1 seed, and at one or the um, win for AFC West, and that they don't get the number 1 seed. Broncos would like to have that number 1 seed for sure. I think many teams would like to have that number 1 seed, but I think the Broncos especially are going to be winning that number 1 seed. And that's all I got for this week of the NFL Weekly. See you next week. Same place, same time. I don't know. But see you next week for the Week 10 updates. Can't believe we're already halfway through.